What's up, baseheads? Welcome to the Bass Drop Podcast. This is episode 10. I am your host, DJ Dirty Bass. And down here we have Kalana.
What's up, everybody?
What's up? So we are on the last day of our Black Friday sale. So if you want to save some money until midnight, these codes are still active. You got 30% off flash drives and custom edits with code BF Edits. 50% off.
This Black Friday sale out for a long time.
Yeah. 50% off any subscription, the first month of any subscription with code BF Sub. 10% off Audio Ace and Resilient Sounds products with code BF Audio. And that will be active until midnight. We also have $5 t-shirts. Those are going to stay $5 until further notice. If you want to find those. But
what's up,
other than that, we have a guest this week. You might know him, you might not. His name is Robert Williams from Team Controlled Pressure. What's up?
What's up, guys?
What's up, Robert?
What's up? So, Team Controlled Pressure. Are you like the head of TCP?
No, definitely not. No, I'm actually one of two of the newer captains on TCP. We have 4 captains total. We have Paul, we have Loud Grandpa, Josh Kingsmore, and myself right now.
Okay, all right. I see Josh Kingsmore is in the chat right now. So what's up? So couple things we ask, every guest. We always ask, what got you into car audio? Like first ever got you into car audio, and then what was your first sound system you ever had?
So I have a cousin of mine who owns an audio shop that's probably like 30 minutes from me right here. Back in like 2006 when I got my license, a good friend of mine, he had a Rockford Fosgate Punch. I think it was a Punch Series 12 from the late 90s in his truck. And I heard it and I loved it. And I had some money in my pocket, went to my cousin's shop and just dropped a whole bunch of money. And funny enough, my wife now, I mean, this is in 2006. My wife that I'm with now was in the car waiting on us the entire day while all of it was installed. And we drove it home just beaten. It was 2 JL Audio W312s on a Powerbase 1500 watt amp. And I was bit by the bug. And I knew that one day if I ever got any type of money, I was going to go nuts with this. And that's what's happened.
Right.
Forever broke now.
We can see you going nuts with it. We see all the products in the background there. Definitely got giant walls of products. So we know you went a little overboard.
Those are all my wife's. That's empty boxes. That's what's in her build. And then the amps are over there behind me. But yeah, it's definitely went overboard quick, really quick.
It's all in fun, though. I mean, it's a great hobby. Brings everybody together.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I have the personality, man, where I can't tiptoe into anything that I enjoy. If I like it, I'm all in. And that's what happens. Whether it's fast cars, video games, I get really obsessed and just lock it in.
This is why I can't have RC cars and car audio at the same time. Because it's one or the other.
Yeah.
My second love is, retro video games. So
when you say retro video games?
So I was born in 97, which is the same year that the Nintendo 64 came out. So I actually have a whole wall behind me. If I take the y'all can see it if I take my background off. 1 second.
So you made me feel old by saying that you were born when the N64 came out.
Well, he also said retro, and then he's like N64.
But see this wall behind me? I've got all of the colored N64. There's red, green, blue, all that. I've got all of them except for the orange one. I think I still need the orange one. I've also got a bunch of games for that system and stuff. But that's
between the Super Nintendo and then the Nintendo 64 graphics wise was a huge jump. On each of those 2 consoles, so much different.
Well, the Super Nintendo, they were kind of doing 3D, but it didn't have the hardware to actually process that correctly. So whenever the N64 came out, it had it actually had the processor available to and the RAM available to actually process 3D rendering.
I think me and Robert were playing Duck Hunt on Super Nintendo.
Have you ever heard that Duck Hunt is actually a 2-player game?
Yeah, the dog, you can control it with player two's controller.
I've never tried it. I don't know if I believe it or not. I've
Do
seen
you
the
know
thing
that you
online.
can also cheat with a lot of those light gun games? If you actually took the light gun and you pointed it at like a light bulb and you pulled the trigger, it only fired upon the brightest part of the screen. So like the birds, it would have a flash of white behind them. And so it only triggered on the brightest part of the screens. So if you just hit the light bulb, dude, it was like a surefire way to win every time.
I
Yeah.
did not know that. I didn't
Who's
know that. I
trying
played
that
the game.
hard in Duck Hunt that they're having to cheat?
Little tricks back in the day.
What's up, Living Loud with Andy? Welcome to the Bass Drop Podcast. Yeah, that's my second love is video games. Car audio, then video games, you know.
So Robert, you've been doing this for a while then, so that means you've had quite a few builds that you've had throughout the years.
I said that I started back in 06, but kind of lost it a little bit in high school because I got more into like, rice burners and fast cars. And I joined the military, and around 2012, I got another
Almost
system.
been fine.
2016 is when I really started getting heavy into the higher level of car audio, I'd say. So like that Trailblazer right there was my first build, I'd say. It was that was like 3 months after I started into it because I'm always changing stuff, man.
So but what is this? Is this just a slide in flat wall?
Yeah, it's just slide in flat wall behind the seat pillar. The back seats could go up and could still have that back there. That was only in there momentarily. And then I ended up doing just a sub up port back style with the same subs, that one there. And that was actually my favorite setup in that truck. My son and I built it.
Look at that port, dude. That's fucking crazy.
That's why we built it, because I couldn't find a port big enough to do it out of like PVC or anything. So
is that a Sono tube like from like Home Depot?
No, if you go back to that picture of my son sitting on the floor, that was individual pieces of 3/4.
Oh, wow.
You see it behind them. We slowly stacked it, and then once I got it really tall, we put fiberglass all the way around it to strengthen it up a bit.
That ports.
Yeah, it's a work, like a lot of work. But that was my favorite one that I had in that Trailblazer. And then I got stationed here in Warner Robins, Georgia, which is where I'm originally from. And my buddy Eric let me borrow his truck for a little while he was stationed in Germany. And he told me, he's like, man, you take this build to shows and you're going to want something bigger. And he was right, because like 3 months later, I bought that Jakar build, and it's been uphill money-wise ever since, downhill financially wise ever since.
This one here that we're showing.
Yeah, that one right there was a low-end monster. It loved the teens and the low 20s.
So are those 15s or 18s?
18s.
Okay,
yeah,
that's crazy.
And funny enough, those subs actually came out of Jace Fennell's the Patriot, back when it was called the Warthog. Those were Nightshade 4.5 18s. So they look like Nightshade 4s, but they're slightly different. They were right in between when they came out with the 5s.
And then we see that you painted it and you loaded it with 5.
Yep. Put some Team 5 version 2s, and that was the loudest I ever had that build, was when I put the 5s in there. It didn't peak as low, but it was much louder on music. Much louder on a burp as well. I was peaking around 26 hertz with that.
I can say I like that color scheme a lot better.
It looks more sinister, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it better.
Yep. And then that was, we briefly put some 6 Salt 8s in there. It didn't really work out so well because the type of enclosure had a lot of phase alignment issues. So it worked a lot better with less amps than too many.
So you had 4 in there, or is that something else?
That's the way it worked the best, when it had 4. So I do a pair strap per 3 subs.
Okay.
Damn. I like that amp rack that was back there.
Dude, that amp rack, my buddy Jared, he built that for me. And man, let me tell you, I had to have annoyed him so much during that time, because I'm the guy that's always like, what if we do this? What if we do that? The whole way through. It worked out really well. But he had to have lost his patience with me multiple times throughout that whole process.
Came out sweet. And we get to the Ruthless.
And this is my current build, my current truck. I traded my little Nitro Civic for the Tahoe from a guy named Casey up in Atlanta, who's actually really good friends with your boy Zimmerman, that's going to be working on your truck.
Yeah.
And I got it. It had SoundCube HD X4s, 4 of them, and
That's
quickly
neat.
swapped them out for those right there and put my 4.12s in there. And it ended up doing I want to say it did a 62.8 with the 318s in it with 3 Ruthless 10Ks. But nothing lasts long on me, it seems like, because as soon as I finished it, went to a show or two with it, boom, changed it to a 4th order and did 4 of them on 4 10Ks.
The fun for me is building it and getting the entire build done. I love wiring a system and running amplifiers and doing all of that work. So that's the funnest part for me.
I mean, speaking on that, these 3 pictures that you just showed were all in the span of like 10 months. Like it went from that to that and then to the nightshades, all like bam, bam, bam.
Oh wow.
And luckily having good friends that have been patient enough to help me with a lot of it, because it's tough trying to get these builds done before a big show's coming up. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
my buddy Jerry, my buddy Josh Kingsmore is on TCP with us. Dude, it wouldn't be possible without people like that helping out.
There's a bunch of people commenting stickers. So if you comment stickers and share the podcast on whatever platform you're in, you'll be entered to win a pack of stickers. I don't have them with me because I forgot to grab some, but you'll be entered to win a sticker pack. Caden has actually won the last 2 weeks, so maybe he'll win again. But comment stickers if you want to win that. And if we get up to, I'll say 25 viewers, I'll give away a t-shirt bundle. And if we get to 50, I'll give away a flash drive.
So it means you guys got to share the live, get more people in here, and we can get to that 25. We got Chad in here. Says Robert can't make up his mind.
Hey, he knows, man. Like I was telling you before we started going live, I'm constantly talking to Chad and bouncing ideas off of him, and it's probably good and bad for me because he's always got good ideas, and I constantly want to change shit. So.
I mean, I've got a few buddies in my life who I talk to, and they hate to talk to me sometimes because they're like, dude, every time I talk to you, I spend more money. Like,
yeah.
Like, I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, it's good ideas. They're
My
like,
name,
you're not wrong, but my pocket hates you.
My name in a lot of group chats on Facebook is indecisive as F, because if I say, hey, I'm thinking about doing this today, there's a chance that by the end of the night, I've already thought about 7 different things to do.
Mm-hmm.
I can't make up my mind.
Yep. I'm kind of the same way whenever I'm planning on doing a build. So,
yeah. I think, so the picture that you have on the background there with the truck in blue, that's the current status of it. It was gray, and I've been making a lot of more, I guess, permanent changes to it. And I think this next build that I'm doing with it, my buddy Josh Kingsmore he's leading the charge of doing the work on it. And I think for the first time ever, I'm probably going to be content. Like I always say I'm happy, but I'm not satisfied. I never will be satisfied. But yeah, see, that's exactly, Tyler knows. He's the one that's always like, dude, I don't trust nothing you say because I know you're going to change your mind. But yeah, I think this next build, I will be happy and satisfied. I really don't see how I couldn't be. So I'm looking forward to debuting it. It's going to be pretty freaking nuts.
So yeah, the new build that you've got now. Can we talk anything about this new build that you're making?
Yeah, the build is public. Josh has asked me to keep the details of what he's doing to make it unique, close hold. But it's going to be 12 ZV7 15s and a 4th order and a Tahoe. So a lot of 15s in a Tahoe, and the goal is
15s in a Tahoe.
Yeah. You usually see that in the Suburban. So to have it in the Tahoe, we're having to do some things. I like to think of it kind of like Matt Brown's Salt Shaker Jr. Like it's a Tahoe.
Yeah, Salt Shaker Jr.
Trying to squeeze a whole lot into a little area, and having to do some things to make it all work. But I believe in Josh, and he's always doing crazy stuff, man. I don't know if while you're at Ruckus, if you got a chance to see James Bell's blow-through enclosure that had
I think I seen it. Zach, did you see that blow-through with the fives in it that Josh built?
I'm
it's a
not
Silverado.
sure.
You could see through the back of the enclosure. It was acrylic where you look all the way in.
Was it in the Sky High booth?
No.
No, it was in Team TCP's entire parking lot.
Yeah.
So make sure you get a demo when he debuts it because he's going to take a Sawzall to it when he gets home.
Hey, Josh would kill me. I think. Josh
said if you don't keep it this time, he's pulling my hair out.
He's going to try to pull Clarence's hair out. That's what he's going to try to do. But no, man, I think Josh overdoes it. If he tells you he's going to do something, you might as well just go ahead and know it's going to be far, far higher than what you ever expected it to be, because that's just his mentality. And I'm okay. I'm able to build stuff. It takes me a lot longer, and I question myself a lot and second guess myself. But Josh, he literally, I mean, not to sound too like I'm stroking his ego, but he gets it done, and he does it way better than what you ever expected. So it's gonna blow some minds. He's gonna be doing some things I don't think you've really seen in car audio. It might be some first with this one. We joked about putting a fish tank in there, like on Pimp My Ride.
You guys gonna get an exhibit exclusively to fly out to one of our shows?
That's Josh Kingsmore, dude. He's like, dude, I know your dad died in a house fire, so we're putting an ashtray in here for you.
Damn. No, Josh does great work, man. I mean, if anybody's ever seen James Bale's builds, Josh has had his hands in a lot of those builds, if not all of them. And Josh does work, man.
He hasn't been doing it that long in reality compared to some of these builders out here. He's more of a, I guess you'd say like a technician, a mechanic. Like that's his background before he really got deep into car audio. But I think because of that, he's real quick and crafty. Yeah, you see that ruthless banner. It is hot. I know.
Damn, touch that damn banner.
But yeah, man, he's crafty, dude. He'll throw an idea at me, and in my mind, I'm like, I don't think that's possible. I don't think we can do that. And it probably aggravates him because he's like, I wouldn't have brought it up if it's not possible. Because we'll do it. He's like, if you got the money, we'll do it. So it's forcing me to spend billions and billions of dollars, but it'll be worth it.
Chad says that once you get your new build done, he's gonna have to wait in. Yeah, here it is. He's gonna have to wait in line forever to get a demo from you, just like Memphis.
Dude, no, we're gonna have to.
You get the fast pass, man.
Yeah, we'll have some fast passes. Yeah, there you go.
Hey, you gotta get special. You know how they give the wristbands out for like attendance? You gotta get wristbands just for demo, and I have to say fast pass on it.
Hell yeah.
I'm excited, man. It's gonna be an exciting season. This new season coming. Yeah. I know that there's tons of people out there in the community who are rebuilding for the next season. That's usually when people rebuild. I know our team alone, TCP. I think more than half of the team is doing something new, and we're all coming out with something bigger and better.
Dude, I'm telling you, man. Like, it's gonna be crazy because if you came to Ruckus this year and you had a chance to come to the TCP show at Ruckus, the builds you saw there, chances are not going to see the builds that you're going to see when you come to TDH in March. It's very likely that those builds that you got a demo of are probably going to be vastly different because so many people are doing major rebuilds. I mean, you know, my build's going from 418s to 1215s. Clarence is either doing anywhere from 6 to 1218s in a Suburban. Lyle Grandpa, I think he's got like 12 different builds. Depends on which one.
He's got too many builds.
Yeah, and you know, a lot of people got their wig split by Ninja at Ruckus with the 24.
Now, he's a little hard one for me to read sometimes. I love Ninja, and his builds are crazy, and he's a great person. His wife is a fucking awesome girl too. Do we expect Ninja to be doing something different with any of these V1s or V2s?
Yeah, Ninja's making one thing that's public. I'm pretty sure it's public. I can say it. I don't know if you saw he posted that all the Salt 8s are for sale.
Yeah, I seen that.
Well, there's a reason all the Salt 8s are for sale. Big changes to his power plant are coming this season. I don't want to go into more detail than that because I don't know how much he wants to give up, but it's going to be even more on kill mode. Like, it was killing people this year. I can only imagine what it's going to do next year.
Ben says he sold all those Salt 8s.
Yeah, see, there you go.
I've been seeing the post that Ben and everybody has been sharing with those Salt 8s.
If Ben is selling all the Salt 8s for Ninja,
we kind of can assume where we're going with this one.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know if you caught some of the issues that Ninja was having at Ruckus with his build. He's not going to be having them moving forward. I'm pretty sure of it. He lost a couple amps at the show. I don't think
we know somebody on the team who's going big, and it's this guy right here, Anthony Gordon.
Dude, I was just talking to him right before we went live, and yeah, he's got some really nasty big plans. I know Josh Kingsmore is doing a little bit of structural things for him. Because just imagine that. Did you see his door at our show at TCP?
Yeah, I know that they framed a piece of it and gave it to one of the kids at the show, which was super badass.
Yeah, that is badass, dude. So that likely won't be as much of an issue moving forward, if at all. And there might be some other upgrades to the truck too, all around. I think he's coming to hurt some people this year too.
Oh, dude, he was already hurting people.
The
Zach,
bar,
that's that Star Wars van that was at the TCP show.
yeah, the bar of the build quality and how loud they're going to be is jumping so fast. It's hard to keep up. Like everybody's bringing it, and to be a part of it, it's so motivating because like you think, oh man, I'm doing something here, and then you look over at the next guy and he's like, oh, checkmate, I got you. And then it's like, no, you don't. So and so's got something bigger than yours. So it's always somebody pushing each other to the next level.
Ben said we're about to upgrade 30% of the East Coast.
Yeah. Well, hey, with Ninja's build alone, that's damn near 30% for the amount of amps he runs.
Ben, isn't it wild that like you're from the West Coast, you produce these amplifiers primarily, to sell from the West Coast, but it's dominating the fuck out of the East Coast. Dude.
One of the things I like about it so much is I hopped on board. I'm gonna toot my horn here. I hopped on board with Ben early, like that first month that he dropped 8500s. I was contemplating getting Surge amps because Colin offered me a really good deal at the time. And then somebody was like, hey man, if you think the Surge amps are going to be something, you need to look at the Ruthless amps because the heat sink alone is so aggressive that it's basically going to be like, a Salt 8 as far as the power it puts out, but you're going to have a far, far cheaper amp per watt. So I jumped on board back then along with my buddy Eric, and we caught so much shit from people here on the East Coast that didn't know anything about Ruthless amps, saying like, oh, they're Team Pies bullshit, all that. Well, those same people are asking me questions at shows now about these Ruthless amps and talking about wanting to put these Ruthless amps in their builds. So,
dude, the more and more shows I go to and the more and more people I talk to, I just see it all over, like Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, at the shows in person. People are just talking. Ruthless is in people's like vocabulary now.
Yeah, dude,
it's like it's been on our vocabulary every episode. This is basically an advertisement for Ruthless.
Yeah.
We all love Ruthless, man. Them things are freaking tanks.
And you know what, dude? Ben has built a cult-like following on Facebook. If you pay any attention at all, you will notice if anybody even remotely talks any type of shit towards Ruthless, dude, be careful. Because
Ben don't even got to say anything. Ben can be like, don't say something, but we're all like, ugh.
Yeah,
guys, you cannot talk shit about Ruthless. I mean, look at his products and how they perform. You can't talk shit about Ruthless.
Not just the products, overall the customer service that this man offers with this company, the amount of like the man runs the company essentially by himself. And for him to still be able to respond to all of the customers who are buying amplifiers, get warranty issues taken care of, which is, by the way, almost non-existent, but he's there.
I want to point out to that. I want to shed some light on this. So when the 8500s first came out, I had like one of the first batches of them. On the way to TDH, one of the amps popped. We were just driving down the road, and the amp literally just popped. I hit up Ben while we pulled off at a gas station to let him know, like, hey, dude, this amp literally just popped. I don't know what happened, whatever. That night when I got to TDH, I had a text message from Ben with a shipping label showing me that he had another one on the way before I'd even sent off the one that was broken. Now, luckily, I had a backup amp, and I was able to swap another one in the next day, and it worked just fine. But then fast forward about 2 weeks, and we have used the hell out of one of these 8500s to the point that we left the vehicle playing, and we're just walking around the parking lot and just letting it go. And my buddy Eric had just lost his stepfather and had to go back to Germany, and it was his build. And he was basically just like, dude, let's figure out what goes first. Let's figure it out. What's going to be the weak link, the 5 subs or the Ruthless amp? Well, the Ruthless amp caught on fire. Like, it was hot to stand behind the truck on the sidewalk. And I kept telling my buddy that was playing, like, dude, these clip lights have been glowing, and this amp is not liking it. Well, the amp ended up catching fire and popping. I sent a video of it to Ben, and he called me. He was like, what the fuck are y'all doing? And I was like, dude, I'm not going to lie. We've used the hell out of this amp. Like, we beat the hell out of it. And he still replaced it, dude. I'm sitting there admitting that we abused this amp, and he's still, no question, just, I'll get you another one out there. And later on, I found out, when I pulled the subs, 2 of the subs that were wired to that amp had a hole straight through the voice coil. So
Wow.
now I'm thinking what actually happened. It's very likely that clipping those subs, it's very likely we dead shorted those subs, and it probably took the amp out with it.
Yeah.
That's my idea. Since I've had these 10Ks though, 0 problems at all. And dude, I'm telling you, Ben is one of those people that you want in your corner, because I couldn't do car audio to the level that I do it without people like Ben at these companies like that, because he is, no joke, there for you if you run his products. I know I'm over here just like hyping him up, but it's just the damn truth. And I'm not the only person that will say that.
I mean, another story like this. I
Yeah,
know that
you
Aaron
don't care about
TCP
Rufus
Mills,
already.
he popped, I think it was a 1500.4, and it was shipped to the event, to his Airbnb, so that he could have it for the show.
Yeah. Like, it ain't necessarily the quality of the amp, it's the quality of the character that Ben is. And his reputation is what's really putting him on the map for sure.
Somebody's coming for you, man.
Okay. Hey, let's do it. Let's do it, Jason. You're still Cage against Kingsmore's solid wood build.
He says new goal, 175 out the gate.
All right. I like that. Let's do it. We'll see which one's your favorite.
Speaking of Ruthless, y'all, if y'all need Ruthless, you can get it at djdirtybass.com now. I am now a dealer for Ruthless Audio. So
hell yeah.
Also, people, if you need edits, custom edits, Zach above us does this as well. I know Anthony's going to come at you for some new music for the new build.
Yep. He messaged me a week or so ago, so I think I'm just waiting on his list. So if he messaged me that list, we'll get him set up.
So now, if you get an edit, is it just one edit per song, or do you get multiple frequencies per song?
If you want the regular speed and the slowed version, then I can do that for the price of one, because the slowed versions are just slowed down. It's no big deal. But yeah, one song is $25. 3 is $75, which is how I have them packaged, and then the 5-pack is $110. But if you use that code tonight before midnight, BF Edits, you can save 30% on those as well. You can also save 30% on any flash drive or flash drive bundle tonight. This is the last day of our Black Friday sale. So, but yeah, I think I actually sell more custom edits than I do anything else. So I'm always doing custom tracks for people.
Well, look, while we're on the topic of plugging companies, we gave Ruthless the best spotlight over the last 10 episodes. We talk about DJ Dirty Bass all the time. We talk about all these companies. In the background of Robert here is a big acrylic trophy that is from the Team Control Pressure Show. Can we talk about AmpLink and Dakota, that over there, where with all his custom acrylic products, his bass knobs, his RCA cock boxes, the whole nine, and just custom acrylic in general? The man's hitting it out of the park.
I can say firsthand, if you want a quality bass knob, get it from him, because I have gone through a lot of bass knobs, and his is the only one that's still in my vehicle. Seriously, because I mean he makes good stuff.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, I know I couldn't tell you all the specifics with my build, but I can tell you that Dakota's products are going to be in there. So that's something I'm really looking forward to. I've already seen some teasers of some of it installed. And he's also working on some stuff similar to what you see back here for some of the other members of TCP that I'm looking to announce here very soon, hopefully this weekend maybe. But it's to the point that he wouldn't offer me any type of Black Friday deals the other day, because he said he already gives me enough deals as is. Because we use him for so much, man. He's a good dude, and he has some really good products.
I've been going back and forth with him lately on Messenger about a stereo deck box. I want it. I don't know what I want on it. I'll try to get it from him, and I'm like, wait, never mind. I changed my mind. I want something. I gotta think of something different. I'll get back to you. So he's like, all right, man, just get to me when you're ready.
Yeah. Yeah, he told me that the laser that he runs, it costs like $90 to $100 an hour for him to run it or something. Like that's the rate to run the laser.
Damn.
So when you start wanting really large stuff, it gets expensive.
Yeah, he did an acrylic sign for me. and he's actually a dealer for my for my flash drives and stuff. So he traded for product, but I mean it turned out really well. So
Yeah.
I had it at Ruckus.
So says go to wireless space looking for wireless stuff. LF Audio makes the best. I would agree. That guy is way over my head smart. I watched some of his YouTube videos for the Loud Fiat, and I'm just like, yeah, all right, man, it's cool. I don't know what you're talking about, but let's run it.
I believe you. I'll take your word for it, dude. Yeah. So what do you got coming up for the new year? Are you doing anything different, Zach? Are you got any big plans?
I've teased it a little bit. I have a van that needs some mechanical work done on it. Once I get it fixed, I plan on doing 16 Audio Ace Joker 15s in it.
Where are you located at physically?
Central Kentucky.
Okay. I'll tell you, man, half the damn team on TCP is either in their past life or some type of certified mechanic, or they're currently being a mechanic wherever they work at now. And it's a good problem to have that many mechanics around.
Yeah.
But I bet you if you reach out to some people, you can probably get the help you need on getting it roadworthy.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I need to order the parts for it. And, I was just going to kind of do it all in my driveway because I don't like, taking it to a shop somewhere and paying $2-3 grand to get a bunch of stuff done. But yeah.
Tyler asked me if I got my head unit issues figured out. Yeah, unfortunately, at the last two shows I've been to, the TCP show and the Ruckus show, I could demo, but I couldn't demo at the frequency level that I wanted because the USB kept jiggling out of the damn head unit because I was mounted in my center console. And it just kept cutting off mid song, and it would restart, and I'd have to quickly turn all the volumes down to make sure it didn't kick back on at maximum. I'm gonna have it figured out. I'm getting a deck box made as soon as I can become not indecisive for one, and I'll run it that way. I think that should solve the problem.
Yeah, I think a lot of us are going to probably have that problem this year with not being able to have them mounted in the dash, not being able to have them mounted in your center console. You're going to have to hold on to them because it's just to that point. You're just abusing the hell out of your head unit, your USB drives. It's not going to hold together.
I know I got in Brandon's build at Ruckus, and as soon as I got in there, I was like, man, your deck's like sitting down in the center console there. He's like, yeah, it fucking happened this morning. Like, apparently the base just shook it so much it just fell down into the console.
Speaking of destroying USB drives, we have these miniature drives now that just barely stick out of your head unit. So if your head unit vibrates a lot, you can order the mini one. And if it's too small for you, we also have lanyards now. So
yeah, those lanyards would be good for those little ones.
Yeah, we just got those in yesterday, but it's an option to add it, on the website now. So, but yeah, the little ones, I got those because they literally weigh nothing and they just barely stick out of your head unit. So, they're not going to be flopping around or anything, messing up your USB slot.
I just bought for my wife here, I don't know, maybe 2-3 weeks ago. Drew Jones at Basic Highlight Designs, he's building these 3D printed head unit cases that go in your dash to replace the Metro brand that you get.
I've seen that. They're like extra thick.
Listen, man, they're not. I got it for my wife's, and unfortunately, he doesn't make one yet for the 07 and ups. But it is so much beefier than stock. Like, I haven't installed it yet. I haven't tested it, but just based on how girthy the material is, it should hold up really well.
I know. I thought that was a great idea because all you have are these Metro kits, and they break. That's why I went from my dash to the center console.
Yeah,
because it just kept breaking every dash kit I put. Every show I was having to buy a new dash.
We snapped my wife's kit on the way to Ruckus. So at Ruckus, her head unit was just moving all around, and if you push the buttons too hard on the head unit, it would try to fall into the dash. But it's got to have something strong because, like a lot of us, her build's getting crazier this year too. So I'm really excited about that one. I think on your last show, or it might have been, might have been 2 shows ago. You guys were actually talking a little bit about that, about the whole idea of seeing more uh, wives and just girlfriends, family getting involved
Yeah.
in these shows.
Yep.
And that's been something that's changed a lot in my life in the last couple of months to get my wife involved in it, and her having her own build. It's awesome. It is freaking awesome.
See, right now I don't even have a build. It's just Ashland's build right now. So, but
For me,
that's why I'm
I
working
can
on one.
spend money on my wife's build with no guilt because she's not going to be upset with me because it's for her build, but I still get to enjoy it. So it's like an easy way for me to do car audio without her being upset about me spending the money.
Listen,
Right.
my wife knows that's how that would be with us. This is why she doesn't have a build. She refuses to let me build her one because she knows it's just an excuse for me to buy more audio equipment.
Yeah, for sure. I'd even thought about before we settled on doing 12-15s. I really thought about doing 12-12s just like hers, and me being a fourth and her being a sixth, just so as time goes on, if I upgrade subs, I'll just take my subs and put them in her build and sell her subs. So we each get an upgrade every time one of us upgrades.
Sounds like she's getting the handy downs, Robert.
Well, I can't have my wife being louder than me. Come on, dude. No, that was at Ruckus. I didn't bring a build. We just took my wife's build and she demoed the whole time. And I just got to walk around and hang out with you guys and just socialize. And it was awesome. It was
Yeah, I mean, speaking of Jeannie's build, I mean, the 12 dreamsicles in that thing.
Yeah.
I got in it and it was windier than a motherfucker, dude. It was a fun demo. She was playing some good shit too. Like she wasn't playing some stuff that I didn't like. So it was a fun demo.
Yeah, she wants this build to be girly, like a lot of pink, a lot of white, and she wants to play girly music. And she's real big into. She's like a Disney adult, so she wants some like Disney music type stuff. And I put her some stuff on some flash drives for her to play. And once she kind of locked it in and figured out what plays really well and started learning the build, she just had those songs on repeat the whole weekend. But we had some problems that I hope that at the next show won't be issues. So.
We can get some girly music rebase for her if she needs it.
Dude, I'm telling you, between you and all the other rebasers out there, I got so many USBs and folders on my desktop that I'm just over there searching for different artists that I know she likes. And man, it's crazy how many songs I have between all of you guys. Because every show I see you come up to me, you're like, "Hey, you need some music?" I'm like, probably not, but all right, what you got?
Yeah, I've done a little bit of everything, man. I've done rock, rap, hip hop, country. I think I've done some blues, old school R&B. I've done video game music. I did the freaking SpongeBob theme song. I've done everything, dude. I've done a lot of children's music too.
Hell yeah.
But, yeah, so there's selections there. And then the wifey pack is actually music that I've done for Ashland. So those are songs that she's picked out for her build. Yep, here's one. I did do something from The Legend of Zelda. I don't remember which one it was, but I did do one of their songs from there.
The Whiskey Lullaby edit does go wild.
Mm-hmm. That's an old one. Old one.
I got the Kalana pack and I got the pack for Ben that he had made up. So
dude, my pack I've had a few people tell me, they're like, "Man, what kind of freaking music do you listen to?" I got some obscure shit in there, but Zach pulled it off and made them bang pretty good. So
I'm excited for what you want for this new pack. I'm actually excited to do those songs. What you sent me.
Yeah, because I've already sent Zach some songs that I want redone for the new build, but I got to build the build first so we can figure out what it was.
Let me just say not to discredit other DJs because I use their music too, but I am so appreciative of the fact that your edits don't have long extended intros. Like I like that so much. I think it's that nice added touch. Like one of them that I used to always like was was it Gotti demo music or something, or Got 160s, I think it was.
Mm.
The intro that he would use was subtle, just quick and to the point, and it's perfect. But when it's like 20 seconds long, like, come on, dude.
So that's one thing. I will never put like a voiceover intro in my music. I'll never do it. There's one song and people hated it. But another thing that I do, if the song itself has a long intro before the bass drops, I try to cut that down because I don't want people waiting. Some
Yeah.
songs it takes a minute and a half for the bass to kick in,
Yeah.
and most of the intro is like just
Filler.
music, like filler music. So I usually cut that down if I can, and then kind of have like a roll in right before the vocals start. And I
This
feel
is
like
one of the
people like
guys
that.
I want to see what kind of songs he's going to ask you to do.
I'm glad that he's in here because his van was the first vehicle I've ever tapped out in, and it is loud. Don't get me wrong, but it wasn't necessarily because it was loud that I tapped the first time. It's because of the way Anthony demos. He's got it figured
Yeah,
out
he
down
hits
to
you
the
with it.
science. Yeah, that man knows how to get you thinking that that's all it's got, and then he rattles you. And it's the
Oh, yeah.
same way Ninja demos. They both get you with that crap.
I made the mistake. Okay, so like first time I sat in it was at Ruckus last year, and he was like, "What kind of demo do you want?" I was like, "Oh, just give me a demo." And I sat in the door, and he played me. I forget what song it was, and I was like, "All right, this is fun." And I went and grabbed some other people. I was like, "Come get a demo from this guy." The first real demo I got in that van was at Slamology when I walked up, and he's like, "What kind of demo do you want?" I was like, "Make it hurt." He looks at me like, "Oh, all right, get in there." And man, he about killed me in that thing. And with Justin Bieber's "Baby" of
Yeah.
all songs.
Him and Ninja both get off on that. Like, you're gonna get whatever demo I want to give you, and I'm gonna hurt you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hurt you.
The first time I ever seen that was at the TCP show, and I didn't get in it, thank God, because I would have died. But I was standing beside it, and he had what's his name, the Guma Sorrento. He had Sorrento inside of it, right? And he had it turned up, and I was like, "Golly, that thing's loud!" And then he cranks the knob, and dude, it's just. I was standing in front of the van, and I could feel that shit in my chest, dude. That thing is just insane. Because I thought he had it all the way up, standing outside of it, and I was like, "Holy crap, that's loud!" And then he turns it up again. I was like, "My God!"
They aim to please. He said.
They do, man. And speaking of that, right there next to Ninja at the TCP show, sorry, not Ninja, Anthony, was Ninja's wife, Lady Ninja.
Yeah.
And she was one of the first demos I got that morning, and the rest of the day it had my sinuses jacked up.
Dude, she sandbagged on me so hard, bro. Like I got in that thing and she's just like playing, and then I'm just like, all right, I would expect more from this. And then she looks at me, smiles, and goes, eh. I was like, oh shit.
She was giving it the beans, and I was looking back at those 5 subs thinking, I've never seen subs move like that. Like, I feel like something's about to break. And then I look back, and Ninja was hitting buttons on the head unit and going to the sub level, and he was turning the sub level up higher while it was playing. And I was just like, you don't have to do this, dude. Like,
I do that. I
like,
do that sometimes.
Kill you.
Yeah. Like,
I do the same thing. In Ashland's car, like I will go to the sub level and I'll change it depending on what kind of demo I want to give. Honestly, I do that too. Yeah.
Dude, he was just like, he's not tapping. Turn it up more.
Yeah, Ninja will burn it down, and luckily he doesn't have to, because that thing is just. I'm telling, like, I just saw so many people getting out of his build at Ruckus just looking like they got hurt. I usually don't like getting in builds like that because, like Chris Lee's van, Ninja's build, all those like 170 and up, because it makes me not appreciate what I have. Like, I go back to my build, and if I'm barely doing 60s, 61s, I just don't look at it the same anymore. Yeah, it makes you like, damn, I'm nothing. But the reality is there's always going to be somebody louder than you, and now it's more just motivating. It fires me up.
I remember when I first started going to shows, it was I would go to shows, get demos from everybody, and then on the way home, you just felt like I felt depressed over my system. I'm like, man, I'm just not fucking loud.
Inadequate, dude. That's what it is. I'm nothing.
that feeling's slowly disappearing. I still go home after shows and was like, man, that build was that's phenomenal. But then I could look at it and go, price of what that costed to build versus what mine did. I can't afford that, so I'm happy with mine.
Yeah. Okay. So to that point, as much as the big builds are nice, you see those and it's like you expect them to be like that, So when you get in those builds that are deceiving and it's like, oh, it's 212s in the trunk, and then it blows your mind for 212s in the trunk, I can appreciate that just as much, if not more, because it's like
Aaron in that Hyundai, dude. That thing I wasn't expecting what I got out of that demo.
Yeah, his little Hyundai is nasty, and I've seen it grow over the years because initially when he got deep into car audio, he's from my area. he bought an enclosure that I had built for 2 U12s, and he also bought the U12s. He ran that for a bit, and then he wanted more, so he got the Phi MT 4x4s and got some Ruthless 10Ks, and it's nasty. And it's still got AC and everything. He daily drives it, functions as it should. But I think he has some big plans this year too.
Well, we were talking about this with Chad on the last episode about different demo techniques. Like we were talking about Anthony Gordon and how he has everything cranked up on the bass knob and he's using volume control. And then you got Benjamin who watches VAC, where most people are tapping in the Hertz at 65, and apparently he's folding cones at 85. Everybody
very enclosure specific for sure, because he's not able to turn up because where he's wired to for one, and the rise that he has throughout his bandwidth is wild. And even Anthony, dude, Anthony has he's admitted that he doesn't have his amp set very high at all. So when people are tapping and people are getting hurt, he's not even giving it everything it's got. There's more. It's
always good to have that headroom.
Yeah, for sure.
I just want to touch on this. Anthony played some of the songs that Zach rebased for my grandma, and it was dude. I appreciate it. My whole family enjoyed it and loved the fact that you and many other people played it for us that day at the TCP show.
Mm-hmm. That was cool. I forgot your family came.
We're going to be drawing for the sticker pack here in a few minutes. So if y'all want to comment over here, comment the word stickers. Just the word stickers. That's how we'll pull it. Comment the word stickers and you'll be entered to win. Who was that guy that won?
It was Aiden.
Caden has won the last 2 weeks, so we're going to see if he wins again or not. But
somebody had asked VAC, are you talking gain settings? So no, essentially it is gains. It's every time you turn that gain knob or that gain pot, you get a AC voltage readout on the speaker leads. So that's essentially what Benjamin is watching. He's watching what level of VAC he's getting out of that amplifier actively while he's playing.
Yeah, and for some perspective, I can tell you from experience with those Ruthless 10Ks, I've set them as high as 124, 125 VAC, just charging at like 16.2. So when he's talking about he's folding cones at 82, that man is wired in the dirt. Like he is wired like 0.33 or something crazy.
Yeah.
Because I get 122 at 15.6.
I think Ben's got a pretty good warranty department behind him though, so he should be all right.
Oh, I would hope so. Find out Ben's warranty claims are getting denied.
I wonder who
to get after Buddy on that one.
Who's Ben having to argue with to get stuff covered?
All right, we got a bunch of people commenting stickers. Ashlyn, if you pull that up, we'll go ahead and draw for that here in a second.
So, are we planning to do another TCP show, and are we shooting for the same time as next year?
So it's up in the air on the time. Of course, we would love to try to stick to the same date as much as possible, same venue, that kind of thing. I think I know we are shopping around for maybe some different venues right now. Reason being, if you came this year, then you know that if it had rained a lot, which it did rain some, if it rained a lot the day or two prior, even the week prior, that would have been a problem for us where we were parking. Some people did get stuck, and that was with the light rain that we had. So we're looking for a venue in the South North Carolina region that offers better parking situations, like some concrete, asphalt. We're also up in the air as far as, are we going to have it in September? Are we going to shop around on a better date? So still more to come on it. We'll be advertising that here soon, hopefully. But it'll be a 2-day show again, just like last year. And hopefully bigger than it was this past year. It was already big.
Yeah. If we do it at the same venue, make sure we bring gas so we can kill all those damn fire ants.
Hey, that was my job. Day one, I was out there with the gas can just pissing off the EPA, killing all the fire ants. I had so many people telling me, like, tears in their eyes, thank you so much.
Dude, you were helping out a lot, dude. I was getting lit up where I was parked.
Yeah.
Kyle Davis said there's a Blurred Vision show coming up in February. Let me know like message me the event flyer because I don't think we have anything planned for February.
That's in Georgia, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, put a date and put a date and location, Kyle, because there's also I think the We Are Not Alone show in February, or it might be March, somewhere in the Carolinas. Just so you don't conflict. That way your show can be as big as possible.
Don't we have a turn down for what show too sometime early?
That might be what I'm thinking about. That might be the one. I think it's March 10th. I think is that weekend for that show.
But yeah, if y'all got a show coming out that y'all want me to go to, send it to me on the Facebook page because I don't see them all the time. So if y'all send them to me, I'll be more likely to know about it. Let's go ahead and spin that wheel and see who's going to win the sticker pack.
I hope I win. Dude, it's fucking rigged, bro.
Hold on, dude.
Every time.
Rigged.
Is this 3 times in a row?
Yeah, 3 times in a row.
There's no way. How is he the only one winning?
I don't know. Is it rigged, Ashley?
No.
Send him the stickers, but fucking run it again, dude. Give somebody else a chance, man.
Yeah, we'll give somebody else.
Again, it's gonna be Caden. What was his name?
If it's Caden again, dude, it's rigged. We gotta stop using this. It's not rigged. It's 100%. But I'm willing to give my stickers back to the people. Put it again.
All
There
right.
we
All right.
There's
So
some-
I'm gonna send some stickers to Caden again, and then I'm gonna send some to Josh Kingsmore. Josh, message me on my Facebook page and let me know where to send those, and we'll get them sent out next time I send orders. So
Hell yeah.
thank you for commenting stickers and winning that. I'd show you what you're getting, but I don't have any with me right now.
I have a couple.
One of them is this logo, Base Drop logo. It's iridescent. Yep, Kalana's got them there.
This one right here. Come on, dropping them. This one right here.
Oh, I got that on my toolbox in the garage.
And I think you're getting his wife's sticker, which is the Base Kitty sticker.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And then soon, as soon as I can get mine, y'all will be getting some stickers of me sitting on the toilet with a subwoofer.
But that's we are at or close to an hour. If anybody has any questions for me, Kalana, or Robert Williams, feel free to ask those.
You are welcome, my guy. Thanks for supporting us, Josh. It means a lot to everybody who joins in this podcast. We're not doing this to make money or anything like that. We literally, me and Zach talked about it, and we're like, let's just sit down and bullshit with people in the audio community. It was during a time where there was quite a bit of drama going on. There's always drama, but it was like at the height where everybody was talking about it.
So I've talked about this before. I don't care how the podcast does. I really don't. I'm glad that y'all are tuning in, and I'm trying to. My goal for the podcast is to, find out people's experience with audio. That's why I always ask, what got you into audio and what was your first build? And what are you up to now? That's my whole thing. I just want to hear, people's experience with audio. And, that's what my goal is. I try to be positive, that's kind of our whole thing. We're trying to, provide a positive platform for people. So if you're in the comments, try to stay positive and stuff.
Explain your charging at 16.2 and does it not make your truck run weird?
So there are some things that it does not like about charging that high. Some things I've noticed was window motor regulators tend to go out, which that could also be from the base itself. But the switches for the window motors, man, it's hit or miss if those switches are going to work or not. I could put a brand new set of switches in there, and within months, it's already went out again. When I had, I think, the halogen bulbs in my headlights, they were just like melting. I guess they don't like being ran that high. But I don't know. It's one of those, you're going to take this voltage and you're going to like it. It's not my daily driver. It can be daily driven, or it could before. It might be a little more difficult with the amount of weight that's going to be in it now. But yeah, I've always charged a bit higher. There was a time where, like, even my wife's build right now, it's got a 12-volt side for the stock electrical, and then it has the 16-volt side. But I think I'm actually about to put hers all on one system and have it just be complete 16-volt charging. But it's not without.
You could always do a step down for the for the stock battery though.
Heard that
And
too.
just, yeah.
Do they, that's my question, I guess. I'm not in the comment section, but I'm going to ask this because I've always been curious. Do they make a step down that I can put in my build that will take my 16.1 charging voltage, but allow me to connect my stock wiring to that so that the truck still only sees set amount?
I would imagine, and I'm not an expert on that, but I would imagine you could probably put some resistors in line with some of the electrical components that you want specifically to see lower voltage, and that would probably work.
Yeah, because I mean, that would be a great thing to have, Then you don't have to have two independent alternators. You can just charge where you want to charge and let the step down control the factory side.
So apparently Excess Power has one. Just pulling it up here. Step down module. I assume that would be the best one for audio, but
50.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone run one of those.
Yeah, I've heard about them. I've not seen one though.
I think Steve Mead built something once. That's what got me curious about it. I think he used those, and there was a couple of them, and he fabricated a box that he put them in.
Yeah.
Anthony says, talk about the rebuild. But I mentioned it a few times. Basically doing 615 Resilient Platinum V2s in a fourth order design that was designed by Hunter Martin at EasyDB Designs. I'm taking it to Georgia to have Jake Zimmerman at FDK Enclosures put together for me. And I'm going to be running 2 Ruthless 10Ks. And hopefully a little down the line, maybe throw a third one in there.
What is your goal? Like, what are you hoping for?
Well, I've never had a goal for like a specific system ever. Like it was specifically for the truck, so never the build itself. I've always wanted the truck to do a 60. The truck, I was like able to accomplish that. I got a 60 out of the truck on those 218s. Now it's like I'm chasing a feeling. So I guess the goal is more like a feeling.
Has it ever been brought up on this podcast about how loud you got with the scars you had in that truck before?
I don't think it's ever been brought up, and I was hoping it never would be, but let's talk about it since you brought it up.
It needs to be talked about because people aren't going to believe you when you say it, but you got proof.
Yeah, I have proof. I don't have it readily available right now.
I've seen the proof. I've seen it.
People on TCP have seen the proof. So back in the day when I first bought the truck, I was out of audio for maybe about 8-9 years, and I was like, let's get back into it and start doing it again. The first build I went for was 2 SCAR EVL 15s on a Smart 3 and a 120 amp hour Shuriken AGM battery with a 270 amp JS alternator, all sky high wiring. Everything was done properly. Out the gate, my first competition I ever went to, full send, all knobs to the right, bass is all the way up, the subwoofer settings all the way up. The only thing that wasn't all the way up was the gain, but everything was full send. My clip lights on that tar amps were red, yellow, and blue. Power was on, but it was fucking solid. Out the gate, I did a 157.7 sealed in advanced one wall.
No way.
It was actually a no wall build but it was above the rear window, so they bumped me up a class. So I pissed off everybody in advanced one that day.
And what org was that?
What was that?
I said, what org was that?
Iasca.
So you did a 57 sealed with 2 SCAR EVL 15s on a Taramp 3K.
On a Taramp 3K. Listen, I don't even believe it, but nobody else had issues with the meter that day. I was magically the only one with an issue.
He had the video of it. I've seen the video of it. I've seen the score. I've seen the build pictures. It's legitimate, but you said that it never did that score again after that.
It never did it again, but I also never full sent it for the entire 30 seconds. So I didn't know about just turning the knob and burping and turning it down. I thought I had to sit in that thing and just crank it and leave it playing for the full 30 seconds.
You must have threw some of that unicorn sauce on there, huh?
Oh, dude, I had a little Hawaiian Warrior helmet hanging from my windshield. People are like, "That's that Hawaiian voodoo that you're using." Dude, people are pissed. I got videos of that day walking around, and people are just like mean mugging me on camera. Like you could see it as I'm walking. I'm just like, I don't know what to tell you guys. Like it did what it did. They
On that
took
day,
That is crazy.
Scar stock went up.
Yep. Dude, William Gay reached out to me and he was just like, "Yo, dude, you're the loudest Scar build on the West Coast."
Dude, I mean, for what the cone area and the power, you might have been the loudest, like efficient build with Scar.
Did your alternator get struck by lightning while you were in the lanes?
Potentially, dude. I mean, Josh is like, this is why he's full of shit. In fact, funny story, in our TCP chat, my nickname is full of shit.
Because of that story.
Because of that story.
Yeah.
All right, 57s with Scar. We're going to end the podcast with that. We're past an hour. Before we go, I want to remind y'all one time, we do have our Black Friday sale until midnight tonight. 30% off flash drives with code BF Edits, 50% off your first month for any subscription with code BF Sub, and 10% off Audio Ace and Resilient Sounds products with code BF Audio. We also have $5 t-shirts available right now. Thank you for tuning in to the Bass Dropped podcast. Tune in next week. We will have Queen Kong on. And thanks for watching. Don't forget to drop the bass.
Later, guys.